Yesterday it absolutely hammered it down, but I tell you what, it's probably done the garden the world of good. Look at the avocados. They're brilliant. They're grown from, the avocado stones. Look at the poor citrus though. Look at the water in that. That very clearly needs tipping out. Let's take a walk down the garden. Let's go and have a little look and see what we've got. Gutter gardens coming on. Look at this. Beetroot and little chantenay carrots. Jerusalem artichokes are coming really nice. They're going to form a nice screen there. A couple of years and the hedge will grow, but in the meantime we'll go for the screen. If you can see, I did cut down the lupins, but they're already throwing a second flush back up. Onions and little wee round carrots in that tub there. Let's go for a walk down the garden, see if I can't break my neck. Let's go and see. Hang fire, we'll have a little look in here. What have we got in here? Drop the lid. All sorts of bits and pieces. Divisions and cuttings and goodness knows whaties. Beetroot, celeriac, kohlrabi, leeks and spring onions in this bed, all mixed up together. I'm doing a bit of mixing up your planting this year. Look at the onions coming, hun. Wow, look at them. Really coming on nicely. The new Swiss chard that I planted the other week and showed with you. What do you call them? Dwarf French beans. I've popped some busy lizzies around the pot of this, can you see, duo pear. Look at the strawberries starting to swell. Let's have a little look. Look at them. Little privet cuttings. I keep cutting the hedge back and sticking the trimmings in bits and pieces everywhere. Let's have a look. Dig well, Steve. Look at your spuds. They're coming on nicely. I've got lettuce. The lettuce are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. That spinach is just starting to pick up now. It's dotted in amongst a couple of little prairie fire, I think what they call them? Chili peppers. Or patio pepper maybe. I've got bunching onions everywhere. There's a great big bee here. Let me see if I can see him. Look at that, a great big bee. I think it's exhausted or probably battered to death, poor thing. More kohlrabi and celeriac. There's one celeriac survived from last year, so I'm leaving it. Let it go to seed. Look at the little, let me see if I can get a bit closer. My little orchard. Well, that's not actually the orchard, that's some spare ones I've got tucked in buckets, but they're all starting to throw out little leaves now. I want to show you the courgettes. Let's have a little look at the courgettes. Look, 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 look. Starting to come, you can see. Starting to come. There's a decent one on that, well, it's actually a decent two on that one. This is all lettuce and beetroot. Actually, the lettuce hasn't really been very good. I think it's old seed, I'll chuck it out. Let's go a bit further down the garden. There's more courgettes in there. Have a little look. They're coming nicely. I took Steve's advice over at Steve's Seaside Allotment. Look at the Brussels sprouts. I grow them for the leaves. I pack them in quite close. It's about 23 inches square, that, and I've got 9 plants in there and they're doing quite well. Look at the peas. Oh my goodness, look at these. It's an absolute mass of peas. I overwintered them. I threw them in a pot last year and I left them out all winter long and they've come beautifully. Let's go down here. The poor poppies have been battered to death, but actually there's quite a few buds still on. The butternut squash at the back, I'm not so sure about them. I don't know if it's warm enough. Hopefully the weather will pick up. Raspberries are coming on nicely. The Florence fennel over there is doing well. I cut one off. We've had it in a salad and already, I just cut it off at the base and already it's throwing its shoots back up. Orange blossom on the orange tree. And Steve, look at your kale that you sent me the cutting of last year. It's enormous. I've taken cuttings of that and I've passed them on, so thank you very much. It's going all round. Look at the little mini orchard. Now that is the mini orchard down the back there. Fruit trees, they're the pillar ones, the column ones. They only need 20 inches a piece. I think they've got about 23, some have got a little bit more than that. And again, Steve, I took your advice. I took that other cucumber off there. I took it off, we ate it, it was absolutely gorgeous. Give it a chance. I can see another one developing there. The tomatoes have got flowers on. That little cantaloupe melon from Saved Seed, just starting to push some stuff out now. Celery. Runner beans, we shall see. Oh look, it's on the surface. I think something has either dug it out or chucked it out. I'll bury it again. We'll bury it. That's how you bury things. They've got to survive. Steve, your ocker's looking well. Look at that. Look at the strawberries coming. Nothing ripe yet. Nowhere near ripe actually, but look at them. They're going to be beautiful. We're going to enjoy them. I think I'm going too fast again. I really need to learn to slow down a little bit. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's all looking lovely. My hostas look amazing. Let's go and have a little closer look at the hostas. They look absolutely beautiful. Little flower bed just for a little bit of colour. It's pretty. I'm trying to stick with as much as possible edible. If it's going to have the space, I've got to be able to eat it. Now hostas, I don't know if you're aware, you can actually eat. We don't bother, to be perfectly honest. They're just so pretty. They've earned this space. Now hang on, let's have a quick look at these hostas. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? I don't have a snail problem because I always rub around the bottom of the pots with Vaseline. The lilies have been plagued with lily beetles. They're a flipping nuisance, but hopefully the flowers aren't going to be affected. So let's just step back, have a little look. It's all coming nicely. That rain really has done it the world of good. Can you hear the birds singing in the background? I'm loving this. It's a lovely time of year and it's actually a little bit warmer today, so hopefully it'll all come on now.